Jim Duquette, our colleague on the radio side, former Mets GM. According to league sources, this was from Friday, Jim put this out. Pete Alonso's camp has offered the Mets a 3-year deal with opt-outs. Deal's only available to the Mets. No deal known to be close at the moment, and Alonso's agent Scott Boras declined comment. We'll have more on Power Rally on MLB Network Radio. That was from Jim. I think it's interesting that only the Mets got that deal, according to Jim's information, and that there are opt-outs available. And I would imagine, knowing the way these deals are structured by that particular agency, there's an opt-out deal every at-bat. Is that not reasonable?
It sounds like it. Look, this is another miss the market, I think. Because I've been saying this for 2 years, and people get mad at me all you want. But you have to compare contracts to other people.
You might get a phone call.
I'll get a phone call. It's okay. Is he an outlier like Soto?
No.
Like Ohtani?
No.
So then you start, if I'm the team, I'm just speaking from team perspective. I know I have Matt Olson and I have Freddie Freeman. Those are the two premier first basemen in the game.
And that's
right?
where they're trying to make the comp.
And their contracts are locked up at 160, whatever it might be. It's not 200. It's not 250. And those guys are the premier. So how do you jump them? And that's why you're where you're at now.
Let me take this from the Mets' perspective, if I'm David Stearns. I'm saying, okay, we want Pete back. He's a franchise guy. He is a part of our fabric. He has a chance to end his career as the statistical leader in every single offensive category out there. Mm-hmm. However, a series of opt-outs after every year on a 3-year deal is not for me. I don't want to get into this game. I don't want to get into this game as to, Pete has a big year and he's going to opt out. And then we have to go back and do it again. So, but it is a two-way street. Like the Mets have they've got to meet the player and the agent halfway too here and say, look, he is that important to us. Here's a ton of money. I don't know where else he's going to go.
Well, there'll be somewhere he lands somewhere. But I believe the Mets have him where they want him.
I believe the children are our future.
No doubt about it. No doubt. I agree too. But the Mets have him where they want him. I looked at it this way, and I'm just being realistic. David Stearns comes to the Mets.
Right.
He didn't bring Pete Alonso. That was already there. And as he's sitting back assessing his club, I think they made an offer because they had to make that big offer. He rejected it. I believe Stearns moved on because they weren't expecting him to go off in the postseason. If he doesn't go off in the postseason, this is not a conversation.
So now you think they're coming back hat in hand saying, hey, Mets, we want to stay, but it's on our terms, opt out after every season.
But the Mets are saying, we have other options. They've already been thinking. They moved on a long time ago. Then Pete went off.
Now I'll play it from the other side, from the agent side. You just gave a dude $750 to come in off the street out of another person's organization, another team's ecosystem.
$795.
Make things right with your guy. So I understand the agent and the player holding out for a better offer here. And if it's not coming, maybe the 1-year deal is what you want. This is interesting, man. Of all the 3 that we've talked about here, Flaherty, Santander, Alonso is fascinating to me because what he means to the incumbent team, right? Mm-hmm. It's really interesting.